Fuck it.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Hey, mama. If you are a mom and are tired of the wash, rinse, repeat burnout cycle of motherhood, this podcast is for you. If you feel lonely and isolated in your motherhood journey, this podcast is for you. If you feel like you have completely lost your identity since your babies were born, this podcast is for you. If you feel like every other mom has it together except for you, this podcast is for you. My name is Amanda, and I'm a life coach dedicated to teaching every mom the tools she needs to liberate herself off the back burner. I am living proof that a woman can be present and loving to her kids while also being a whole-ass person outside of being that kid's mom. The secret? Learning when to say fuck it. Hello. So I totally forgot to mention in the episode that I have already recorded my book that I'm giving away for my monthly raffle. And so you guys are just going to get 2 intros today, because if I tried to edit like the first one out to replace it with this one, it would be a hot mess express. I'm not doing that. It would sound awful. You guys are just going to get 2 intros. There's nothing wrong with that, right? So if you guys like, comment, share, review, whatever, any episode of the podcast in the month of April, and you tag me in it so that I can see that you did that, okay? You will be entered automatically into my monthly raffle, where I give away one of my favorite books and a Starbucks gift card. So this month's book is Everything is Figure Outable by Marie Forleo. Forleo? Sorry, Marie. She's so amazing. This book is so amazing. I cannot wait for you all to read it, because if you don't win, you're still going to go and get it, right? Wink. That was cringy. I'm tired. And on to the actual episode. Hello, my beautiful mamas. How are you today? I am a Krabby Patty today. I'm on my period and have had so many cramps. And I'm having stomach issues, continued stomach issues, and I'm crabby today. It took me a hot minute to actually get ready for my day, where I could show up here for my community in a way that would be inspiring. Because a grumpy life coach is not very inspiring. But I have these human days too, right? The goal is not to never have a bad day again. There's no exit ramp off of the human experience. The human experience is 50-50. It's 50% yay and 50% nay. That was so tacky, and I absolutely did not plan on it coming out that way. That's what she said. I'm in a weird mood, guys. I'm in a weird mood. But it's either I podcast now or it doesn't happen. And I'm sick of it not happening, right? Because I missed a couple weeks ago and I never really made that episode up, which my best friend Katie keeps reminding me of. Thank you for those reminders, Katie. I love you. I want to show up for you guys, okay? That's my job. I want it to be my job. It's more than just I have to go to work, because I don't. There's no one forcing me. I don't have anything else on my schedule today. I am the master of my schedule, which is the beauty of being an entrepreneur. And it's also the tricky part about being an entrepreneur, right? Because my bed is calling my name right now. I want nothing more than to take a nap. But I looked at my weekend and I'm like, oh shit, that's right. It's competition weekend. I have to podcast now, not even later tonight, now, because I'm getting my kids later. I have to pick them up in 3 hours. So I'm going to do it. Not I have to do it. I'm going to do it because I love doing this. I genuinely do. I love doing this. It's a choice. And see, it's really small things like that that makes such a big difference in your experience of just day in and day out life. Today was day 5 for my Burnout to Fuck It group. I ran a second cohort this week, and so today was the last day for that, and I was talking about, the theme was having fun. And I'm still in that mindset right now, and it's really just been resonating inside of me lately to just enjoy life, just enjoy it. I was watching a show last night, and this woman found out that she had cancer, and she went through like a round of chemo, and it did nothing. It did nothing to shrink her tumors. So she was terminal. And her best friend was fighting and saying, well, let's try to get you into this clinical trial. And she was just like, no, I'm dying. I've accepted it. I just want to live what's left of my life having fun. And I was sobbing, obviously. I was a mess last night. It was good that the girls were with their dad, because I was just like, this is so beautiful. But it was, and I just can't get that message out of my head right now. Just like receiving a terminal diagnosis and being happy about it. Not about the diagnosis, obviously, but just choosing, like, they showed her walking out of the cancer treatment center, and she just had so much peace and content on her face that it kind of fooled you into thinking that she got good news. And then she was roller skating on the beach, and she got a giant, double scoop ice cream on a cone. And the ice cream guy was just like, you're having a good day. And she's just like, yeah, I'm alive. That's the feeling that we should have every day. And I know it's so cliche, right? Because it's just like Hallmark movie or something, like sees every day. It's on every, it's been on so many cards, but it's true. She may have been put on more of a timeline because of her diagnosis, right? She knew she was going to die during a certain amount of time. But we're all going to die. That's one thing that is absolutely guaranteed. And I know people don't like thinking about it. They will call it morbid, or, just be like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why are you talking about that? But it's important to talk about it, because aside from, actually, no, nothing else in this life is guaranteed except for the fact that it's going to end at some point. I was about to say taxes, but taxes aren't even guaranteed, because there are a buttload of people who don't pay their taxes. I'm not advocating for it, okay? I think you should pay your taxes. I think you will have a more positive life experience if you pay your taxes. But there are people who don't. You do have a choice there. The only guarantee in life is that it will end at some point. And I think it's just so important to allow yourself to go there, and not in like a depressing way, not in an anxious way of, I don't know how much time I have left, or like, I can't make a decision on what I'm going to do now. Just in a way that makes you come back into the present so that you can appreciate it. Because we get so stressed every single day with just the daily bullshit, just the little daily minutia of the daily grind. And we get so focused on it. It's like you're doing a puzzle, and you get so focused on figuring out where this one piece, the one piece that you're working on right now, you're so focused on getting that piece done and in its spot that you forget to take a step back and look at the whole picture that you're creating. And unlike a traditional puzzle where like the picture is already like determined, our puzzle pieces, for this analogy, this meta analogy of the grand scheme of life, we're painting it as we go along. So it really is less about fitting the pieces in a specific order and just paying attention to the picture that you're painting as you're putting it together, because you have a choice. You have a choice as to what the final piece is going to look like. The final piece being like the picture as a whole, like an art piece. And so if you don't let yourself go there, if you're too anxious to go there, if you are just, it seems too overwhelming to go there to the end and imagine the whole picture, then you're giving up your authority to paint it. And that's the greatest gift of life, is that we get to paint it. We get to make it whatever we want. We're never stuck. If you hate your job, or you hate your marriage, or you like just hate something about your life, you're never stuck. You get to paint it. Okay? If you're realizing, like, I thought I wanted this in my picture, but no, this actually is not for me, paint it white. Start over. You always have that option. I have thought about my funeral quite a few times, because I feel like it's important to plan these things. And then if I plan it and I let like whomever know this is what my funeral is going to look like, then they don't have to plan it. And that will save them a lot of emotional distress. But also, like, I want it done right. Okay. It's my funeral, I gotta say. My Grandma Toni had a Mardi Gras band at her funeral. It was amazing. First of all, she wanted everyone to wear red, excuse me. And then the casket was pulled by a one horse carriage or two. I don't know. It was a horse-drawn carriage. That's what it was. I don't know if it was just one horse. Probably not. And so it was her casket being pulled by the horse-drawn carriage and this Mardi Gras band, and all of us like dancing it out, crying and dancing it out with our Mardi Gras beads, all the way up to her final resting place. And that memory will forever be with me, because it was the perfect send-off for who she was as a person. And I want that too. That's definitely one thing that I want at my funeral. And another thing that I've decided that I want at my funeral was actually, again, inspired by my Grandma Toni. It was standing room only, guys. There were so many people who turned up for my Grandma Toni's funeral that it was standing room only. She was a nurse, a NICU nurse, and there were so many of her former patients and their families who came to say goodbye to her, because she had made such an impact in their lives when it was, a really scary part of their life. Their baby was born way too early and had all these complications, but Grandma Toni was there to get them through it. And just to see all the lives that this woman touched standing there, it was beautiful. My grandma was not rich. She was not famous. She had very little in the way of material things to offer anybody, but her funeral was standing room only. That's what matters, guys. That's the goal, is a funeral that is standing room only, because of how many people you touched while you were here, how much fun you had. Everyone talked about how fun she was, how energetic she was, how ballsy she was. That is the life that I want to live. And she had 8 kids too, by the way. She was divorced twice, ended up being a single mom to 8 fucking kids. God bless that woman. And she put herself through nursing school. She was amazing. It took her 6 years to graduate with her associate's degree in nursing, but she did it. And, this was back in the day before the internet and shit. Like, she was going to night school and working. And the 8 kids that she kept alive, all of them were kept alive. Like, what? And she did it. She became a nurse because she never gave up on herself. No matter how many times she had to get up and start again. She got up and started again. And then she set this precedent for her children. And then my mom ended up putting herself through nursing school when I was in junior high. And now I'm starting my own company. And my kids are watching me do that. And I can't fucking wait, you guys. I can't fucking wait to see how my girls up-level me. Because that's what's been happening every generation. My Grandma Toni grew up on a farm in Oklahoma. She was a depression baby, a Great Depression baby, like fucking dirt poor. Okay. And then she ended up putting herself through nursing school as a single mom of 8 kids. And then my mom up-leveled. And now I'm up-leveling. I cannot wait to see how my kids up-level me, because I know that they are. They're already stronger than me, stronger than how I was, just in their person at their ages. That's the kind of conversation that you need to have with yourself about the end. Not, upset or anxious that it's going to end, because that would just be resisting reality. And whenever we resist reality, we create suffering for ourselves. Pain is mandatory, but suffering is optional. You don't have to be anxious that it's going to end, because we already knew that. You need to be aware of the picture that you're painting and that you have full control over it at all times. And if you don't know how to get control of it, that's why I'm here. That is why my business exists. That's why every life coach exists, because someone else gave us these tools and we transformed our lives in such huge, magnificent ways that we made it our life's mission to pass it on and pay it forward and teach other people, because this shit is the key to life. You know how if you wanted to set a goal for getting your physical body in shape, the best way to do that and to stick with that goal is to hire a personal trainer, right? Because you show up differently when you have someone else holding a bar for you, a standard to get to. When you know someone else is in the mix and it's not just you letting yourself down, you show up. You show up to the gym when you have these things scheduled, because not only did you pay for it, so there's a financial investment, but there's just this personal investment. There's something that changes inside of us when we have another person who's investing themselves into us. And honestly, that's a stronger, that tie that creates human to human investment, that's stronger than the financial one, because eventually you might get to a point where you're just like, fuck it, the money's gone, I don't care. But if you have a connection with your trainer, with your coach, you show up differently. You're just like, I'm not going to disappoint this person. And it becomes slowly, I'm not going to disappoint myself, because you've set a standard and you realize that you're important and you're valuable and you're worthy of having your own back. And then you get that transformation of a stronger physical body. You achieve that goal because you hired a coach, a trainer, whatever you want to call them. It's the same thing with life coaching. So instead of working on improving your physical body so that you're comfortable in your skin, a life coach helps you improve your inside, your emotional life, so that you're comfortable in the person that you are. There is no better investment, because it trickles into every single aspect of your life when you have emotional stability. I want you guys to sign up for your free consultation today. Let your dreams hire me for an hour for free. We're just investing our time here. Let your dreams hire me for an hour so that I can share how I can help you to make those dreams a reality. because no matter what your goal is, I can help you. I know that I can because I've helped myself. I've done it. I've done the work inside of me, and I've been helping people in my business this year. And I know that I can help you too, because you're not a special snowflake. Your circumstances are not unique. You are not a special unicorn. There is no circumstance that can stop you if you decide that you want something. So let's do it. Even if it's just to prove me wrong, be like, I'm going to schedule my consultation, Amanda, just to show you that my situation is impossible. Do it. I dare you. Dream big. Don't be afraid of the end. Take a step back from the one puzzle piece that you've been focusing on to look at the big picture. What have you painted so far? Do you like it? If not, why don't you like it? Why don't you just pick up the white paintbrush and paint over the bits that you don't like so you can start again? I'm going to leave you with one more fantastic piece of knowledge, and it just bleeds into a beautiful analogy. So babies, when they are learning how to walk, they, will take a step or a half a step and then they fall, right? But they build up the muscles in their legs that they need to be able to walk one day, because those muscles in their legs need to strengthen to hold all their body weight so that they can walk. And the way that those muscles strengthen is through the getting up. So you'll see kids handle it differently, right? Some kids will fall and then they're like, fuck it, I'm just going to crawl. Like, this is fine. This has been working. And this is hard, and just like, fuck it, I want the toy now. I don't want to try to walk again to get it because I'll fall. But those kids are going to take longer to learn how to walk because they're not developing those muscles that they need in order to walk. But those stubborn ass kids who refuse to give up, and they keep getting up and trying to take a step and falling and getting up and falling and getting up and falling, they're going to get there faster because they're building up the muscles that they need. So when you're thinking about your goal or something that you would like to achieve, or the person that you've been trying to become but haven't been successful yet, I want to offer you that your failure is not a problem. Your failure is actually necessary in order to develop the muscles you need to become that person who can do it. This is why you hire a coach, to remind your brain of things like this so you don't give up on yourself. I love you guys. I want to challenge you to think of something fun to do for yourself, because it's cliche, but I'm going to say it. Life is too damn short to just be in a hamster wheel of wash, rinse, repeat. You need to have fun. Otherwise, what the fuck is the point? See you next week. Are you living your one wild life to the fullest? You're not? Why the fuck not? What are you waiting for? The time to live is now, mama. Do not wait until your youngest is in college. Let your dreams hire me for an hour so I can explain how I can help you achieve any goal in your life. You've put yourself off long enough. It's time to pour into you. The link to schedule your 60-minute complimentary consultation is in my show notes. Join the community of Fuck It Moms by following me on Instagram and Facebook at Fuck It Mothering. That's fuck without the U. So FCK It Mothering. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you never miss your weekly encouragement. And please rate, review, comment, and share. All of these things help with the algorithms, so that way when other overwhelmed moms are looking for encouragement, they can find me. Every month, I give away one of my favorite books and a Starbucks card to a lucky winner. All you have to do to enter is write a review or tag me in social media when you share an episode. See you next Sunday, gorgeous.